We reported last week, first, by the way, that both Stephen Colbert and Jon Stewart were on thin ice, right? And again, this is sometimes reporters like us know things that we can't say at the time, but we had a pretty good inkling that this was, going to happen. I will still say I didn't think it was going to happen this quickly. They're saying it's a financial decision. As readers of the Status Newsletter know, last week we also told you that this is what they would say, that it's a financial decision and that they're not going to invest in this product because it's not like a growth product, a growth asset, and they want to invest in that. And so that's basically what they're going to say. They're saying that this is not a Skydance decision. This is a CBS decision. They're not in there yet, but that's obviously absurd because George Cheeks, the CEO of CBS, or one of the co-CEOs of Paramount, but he's in charge of CBS, he would never in a million years fire the most recognized person on CBS. Like Stephen Colbert is the most recognized personality on CBS. There's no way that George Cheeks would say, we're not going to renew him just weeks before the new ownership comes in. And I am told reliably that this deal is going to close in the next few weeks. So David Ellison's going to be there next few weeks. If you're George Cheeks, you sit tight, you don't do anything to ruin the ship or to mess with the ship because you have new ownership coming in, unless that new ownership wants you to make this move, right? There's no world in which David Ellison did not greenlight this or ask for this because George Cheeks is not operating autonomously with new ownership coming in. It's just not happening. That's not the way it works. No one, I would imagine it'd be very difficult to say this with a straight face, that they had no involvement in this. And so it's pretty clear what's happening, that they are going to remake CBS and CBS News. I mean, we've reported a lot about 60 Minutes and what's going to happen there. But Stephen Colbert, he is the face of the network, really. And he's a liberal face. And I think they much rather have someone else on there. I mean, I was talking to a TV executive right before we came to re-record this podcast. And here, I'll just read you what they said to me. They said, make no mistake, the cancellation of Colbert is about politics. Finances perhaps are a factor, but late night is never about money. This is about Colbert at the center of the resistance and moving CBS in a different direction. I think that says it all.